today we're going to be doing a Happy New Year's animation in Procreate Dreams. Okay guys, we're back. Let's move on over to Procreate and I'll show you what I've got created up. So this is our little rocket here. Let me show you all of the frames that I've got done. So we have two faces. We have a, let me turn on the happy face. There's our happy face. We have a scared face. That's that one right there. And let's see, we have a rocket. Now, let me tell you how I did this to begin with. So let me open up this rocket and you can see the rocket is broken up in a bunch of different little pieces right here. So what I did originally was I just drew the rocket like it is without the face or anything, without the fire, just the rocket itself and the stick on the bottom. Actually, let me turn off the fire so I'll show you exactly what I did. So that was it. That was the rocket. Let me turn the face off too. So that's what I made, just like that. And then after I drew the rocket, what I did was I hit the little squiggly mark right there, and in the freehand, I cut out portions of the rocket using the freehand selection tool. And then after I copied it, what I did, after I drew it, so for example, say I took that piece right there, then I hit copy and paste, and what that does is it puts it on a separate layer. Alright, and then when you have all the layers together, it looks like a all-together rocket. So that's how I achieved that, and then I grouped them all together so we could animate them as one piece. So that's going to come in handy at the very end of our animation. So what else I did was I made a hand here holding a match, okay, and then the fire on the tip of the match is different because I wanted to animate the fire. When he lights the fuse right there, I've got the little sparkly mark right there, which we're going to have that travel up the fuse right here. And we're going to animate that also on two animations. It's going to be moving this way, and it's also going to be getting bigger and smaller over and over again like that to make it look like it's flaming. All right, then after that, the rocket is going to go up. But anyway, I've got a black fuse under the white one, and we're going to have a bluish background on at that time. So it's going to look like this, so you'll be able to see that black part. So after the white part disappears, and what we'll do is we'll erase a little bit of it, and then have it go up and erase a little bit more, and have it just keep on doing that until it goes all the way up. But it'll leave that black one there, so it'll look like it kind of burnt. All right. And then the rocket's going to shoot up in the air. We've got a background with some stars on it. Let me turn off the blue layer. So that's when he's traveling up into the sky. So he's going to be seeing these stars like this. And we're going to make this bigger in Procreate Dreams so we can animate it going down so it looks like the rocket is going up. So there's going to be a lot of animations happening in this. So it's going to be a little bit longer than normal. I'll try to cut as much as possible while still keeping the understanding of the tutorial intact. Also, I have the flame of the rocket here, which we're going to be animating, and we're going to do it kind of bigger and smaller, bigger and smaller. And that's about it. So that is all the layers. If you are interested in getting all of these assets, they're over on the Patreon page. I'll put the link on the screen right now, and you can go download. You can either buy this one only for $3, or you can pay $5 and get everything I have made up until now, which is 2 years of content, for $5 a month. So I think that's a much better deal. But you guys can choose what you would like to do, what best fits your budget. All right, so let's move on over to Dreams. So this is my Dreams here. We're going to start a new file by clicking on the plus in the top right corner. I'm going to go with widescreen right here, but you can scroll through all of these and pick whichever one that you like. So we're going to do an empty, that's not an ultra, that's an ultra wide. We don't need that one, we need a wide, okay? And hit empty, and it's going to create us a new file. The file name is Dream40. All right, so let's click on the Dream40 there and make sure you're on the top selection right there, which is the star. and we're going to change our frames per second to 12, and we're going to change our duration to, I think, 10 seconds this time. So just type in 10, and then you go over to the 1 minute mark there and hit backspace to get rid of it. So 12 frames per second, 10-second animation, 1920 by 1080, hit done, and we are ready to go. Now we need to bring our files from Procreate over into Procreate Dreams. So there are all kinds of ways to do that. You can import them in, or as I do, which is I think the easiest, is go over to Procreate, go into Gallery View, hold down on your file until you can move it around with your finger. Don't pick up your finger, get out of Dreams. Get out of Procreate, go into Dreams, and then drop it in. Alright, and then sometimes it's a little bit difficult to match it perfectly. You'll have like a little white space on the top because they're exactly the same size. So what I do to alleviate this is just make it a little bit bigger. And then it's easier to match. Alright, so there we go. We're ready to go. Now, for right now, if you push your 3 fingers and swipe it out, you can stretch out your timeline here, which is still going to be 10 seconds. And right now we have a flat picture file. If I hit play, nothing happens because it's just a picture. So we need to fix that by long pressing on our file here and convert layers to tracks. Now you can see it made a group now. And if you click on the little arrow right there on the right side, it'll open it up, and then we'll see all of our beautiful layers that we had over in Procreate. Alright, so let's see. What is the first thing we're going to do? Let's turn off the things that we don't need right now. So we don't need the rocket flame. So I'll click the little box right there, and it'll turn that off. We need our fuse back on. I think I turned that off over there, so we need to turn that back on. And we can leave the black fuse on because the white one covers it up completely, so it won't show anyway. Okay, so let's turn off the little sparkling flame on the fuse because we don't need that yet. It hasn't been lit yet. Alright, and then let's go to our hand. Let's find my hand. Where's my hand? There it is right there, the beige color. And we are going to animate this first. So it is going to be animated using keyframes, which I probably like to do the best. I thought when Dreams came out that the performance mode would be my most used, but it has not been, which is surprising though. But you could use performance mode for this too if you'd like. Performance mode, basically it just records your finger moving the objects on the screen. That's all it does. Alright, but we're going to do keyframes first, so I'm going to set an initial keyframe with my hand. And we're going to click on the little clacker there, hit move and scale. And we're going to start him off the screen. You know what, we probably need to group. Before I do that, let me 2-finger undo that. And I'm going to take off that keyframe right there. Just hold down on it and delete the keyframe. I want to group the flame and the hand together. So to do that, click on the little layers menu right there and draw a line through your hand and your flame. Then long press on both of those and hit group. So it'll put those in a group together. Now I'm just going to go ahead and delete these empty tracks here so it won't be confusing. So now we have our hand and our flame in a group together. Now we can animate those together, which will be a little bit easier. So I'm going to, again, on our group here, click on move and scale. And we're going to start him off the screen, maybe down here. Alright, and then we're going to come over to, I don't know how long it's going to take, maybe not quite a second. So right before the 1 second mark, we're going to click on it again, and now we're going to move that hand up there to where we want it to light the fuse at. So if we look at the animation now, okay, so one thing I saw that is the easing on it is set where it speeds up at first and then slows it down. So we're going to change that. So if you see the 2 little red marks right here, those are your keyframes. So if we hold down on that, we can go into set all easings and change it to linear. That way it'll keep the same velocity from start to finish. Alright, now let's look at that animation again. Here we go. We can probably slow that down a bit. So I'm going to take this last keyframe here, hold down on it, and I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. Make that a little bit slower. Now let's see. Yeah, that's better. Alright, I like that. Okay, so now we have that part done. The next thing we're going to do is Actually, one thing I need to do right now is turn off that background. So that's our stars and our... So if you're enjoying the content, I have a small favor to ask that makes a huge difference. Subscribing to my channel is like giving a virtual high five, and it means the world to me. When you hit that subscribe button, you're not just supporting the channel, you're joining an incredible community of awesome people who love art just as much as you do. Imagine being part of something bigger where every view, like, and comment helps us grow and reach more awesome folks just like you. Plus, subscribing is super easy. It's just one click, but that one click has a ripple effect, helping me create more content, bringing new ideas to life, and spreading positivity all around. And hey, in the spirit of kindness, how about this? Subscribe and then go out and do something nice for someone today. Hold the door open for a stranger, leave a kind note for a coworker, or simply smile at someone who looks like they need it. Let's make the world a bit brighter together. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and let's make amazing things happen. Thank you for your support. You're the reason this channel exists. Black background right there. So we want to start off with blue. All right, and then everything else will be the same. There we go. All right, so the next thing we want to do is make that fuse light. So what we're going to do next is, let's turn our face on too. We're going to turn on the happy face. No, that's the sad face. Happy face. All right, so that's going to start from the very beginning. Okay, so let's go to our little sparkling fuse, which is, I think, no, that's our rocket flame, not that one. I think it's this one. Here we go. All right, so we're going to animate this next. And it's not going to come in until after the flame lights. So let's see right here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it real quickly, hit edit. We're going to split the track in this beginning part right here. You can either turn it off or you can just delete it. It doesn't matter one way or the other. So I'll just turn it off. So it's not going to be on until right here. So it comes on right there. Now what we want to do is we want to animate that flame traveling up to the rocket. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit move and move and scale. And then let's see, how long do we want this to take? Maybe to the 2-second mark. Let's see what that does. And then click on it again to create another keyframe. Then we're going to move it up to where we want it to end, which is right there. All right, let's see if that follows. How well that follows. Not that good. So what we can do is where it looks like it's going off of the fuse, so about right there, we can click on it again. We can kind of move it down right there where we need it to be. Then let's move it over a little bit right there. So if you 3-finger and stretch this out, it's a little bit easier to move it. If not, it keeps like jumping back to the original position. So you click on it again. Let's move it right here. That's good. Maybe we can move it down a little bit. About right there. And I think the rest is okay. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, perfect. It travels up just perfectly. All right, and then right here, I'm going to click on it, edit, split it, and then we're going to turn off that part right there. So it goes up inside the rocket. We're not going to see it anymore. And there, we're done. All right, now let's animate the match flame. So I forgot to do that, but it's fine. We can always go back and do things we missed. So the match flame is, where's it at? Oh, it's grouped. I forgot. So remember, we grouped it with the hand. So we'll open up our group. And there it is right here. So I'm going to animate that flame. So from when it starts to show right there, well, right there, right before it starts to show, we're going to click on it and move and scale. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring it over just a little bit. And we're going to hit move and scale again. And we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to just drag a corner out. Not too much, just a little bit. And then we're going to come over again, and we're going to shrink it back down. And we're going to bring it over again and make it a little bit bigger. And keep on doing that, back and forth. So these are the parts I'll probably cut off because you guys know what I'm doing. So make the video a little bit shorter. Just going to do this until we reach the flame over there. All right, and then after he lights this, we're going to have the hand drop out of sight. So I'm going to close our hand layer again. And then let's see, after he lights this right there, we're going to have the hand drop out. So we're going to create we got a keyframe there already. So let's just bring it down to about right here, and he's going to drop off down the bottom. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to make this fuse, the white part go away and the black part will be revealed. So what I'm going to do is go to my fuse, which is right here. And then right here, we're going to split the track, edit, split. And right here, this part, you can see the flames already traveled up, but there's still a little bit of that white part showing. We want to erase that. So I'm going to get my pen and go into drawing mode here and go into the eraser tool, and we're just going to erase that little part right there. All right, and then I'm going to split it again, edit, split. All right, and then move the track over. We're going to erase more. And then we're going to split it again. All right, and move the track over. Erase more. Edit, split. Move it over some more. Just keep on doing this. All right, so you can see how the black part is remaining there. So that's exactly what we wanted. All right, very good. Let's animate our little spark there. We haven't animated that part yet, so let's go to our spark, and our spark's very little. So we're going to do the same animation we did on our candle flame, or on our candle or match flame. So what we're going to do is hit move and move and scale, and move it over just a little bit. Let's drag this out so it'll be easier. This is what I'm talking about, how it kind of jumps back to where you're at before. Big, small, big. Here we go. Looks good. All right, so that part's done. All right, so next thing's gonna happen is our rocket's gonna take off. Let's go up to our rocket layer here. And the rocket is not gonna move, so the background's gonna move. So what we're going to do first is, let's go to our blue background here. And we're going to, after that match goes off right there, it's going to start going up about right here. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to filter it this time in opacity. We're going to leave it at 100%, and then bring it over just a little bit, and then we're going to filter it again, opacity it again, and we're going to take that all the way down to 0. So that blue is going to fade out. All right, and then where it fades out, we're going to come up to where our black layer is at, and we're going to filter it, opacity it. We're going to start off with 0. I'm going to turn it on actually because it's still off. All right, we probably need to turn our stars on too. There we go. All right, and we're going to bring it over to where, actually we're going to bring it over in the middle of the two keyframes where the blue one was at, because we want this to show right away. So I'm going to bring that all the way up. So let's see what that looks like. Actually, that's not what I wanted because the black is on top. So let's move that over to where the other one's at. There we go. That's better. All right, so that means the rocket's going to be traveling up right now. So what we can do is we can, right there, we can make our stick go away. So our stick layer is right here, and we're going to fade him out too. So click on that, filter, opacity, leave it at 100%, and then bring it over just a little bit more, and then we're going to filter it and take that out completely. All right, and we need to do the same thing for our fuse, because our fuse is basically going to be gone by then. So we'll go up to our fuse layer, which is right here. No, right here. And we're going to make it disappear too. So from about right there, we're going to filter it, opacity, leave it at 100%, bring it over just a little bit, and filter it, opacity, and we're going to take it out. So boop, all right, all fades off. Rocket is moving, traveling up in space right now. So what we need to do is to make it look like it's moving, we need to go to our star layer. Okay, and then maybe start about right there. We're going to click on it, move, and move in scale. Now we're going to make this thing bigger. So I'm going to shrink this canvas down quite small so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just taking my star layer and moving it, making it really big. All right. And then I'm going to take a part that has a lot of stars in it, maybe over here. All right. And it's going to start, maybe when you can start seeing them a little bit, we're going to click on a move and move in scale. So I'm going to move it over to about 6 seconds. You click on it again. Now we're going to move those stars. Like that, so it looks like he's traveling. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it looks like the rocket's moving. That's good. All right, let's make it bigger again so we can see what we're doing. So there we go. The stars are moving in the background, so it looks like he's going up in the air. That's exactly what we wanted. All right, now I need to change his face, so we need to go to our eyes layer. And then when he starts to blast off, we're going to have his face change to the scared one. So right about here, we're going to, let's do a filter on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do it abruptly, so not make it fade out. So instead of doing that, let's just edit and split it. And then we'll go up to the other face, the same location, edit and split it, and then we'll turn it on. We'll turn the one off below it off. So boom, he changes. Boom, going up in the air. All right, and now we want to animate that face, those eyes and mouth. So I'm going to do it like I did the candle flame. So we're going to click on it, move and move in scale. And we're going to bring it over just a little bit. And click on it again. We're going to shrink it. Make it bigger. And on and on. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick. So now that I've got quite a bit of facial movements, to keep from having to do that all the way to the 7-second mark, what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that clacker is up on the main track and not down here on your keyframe track. And we're going to edit and split it. Actually, that split it not where I wanted it at. So I'm going to 2-finger and delete that. And we're going to go over to the right some. Now we're going to split it. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this one on the right side. So delete it. And then we're going over to this one right here. And we're going to hold down on it. And we're going to hit copy. Then we're going to go over here. And we're going to hold down on it. Hit paste. And make sure we need to drag it where it meets. Come on, guys. There we go. Alright, so it meets it perfectly. So it's just going to continue. That way I don't have to do it a bunch. And then we need to do it again. Hold down and paste it. So make sure that it's right up against the other one. So still going. Alright, so that's about where the stars stop, which is right there. So this is where we're going to have them to break up now. Alright, so we need to go to our rocket layer here. And now we need to open up that group. So broken rocket, open it up. And then where we want our rocket to explode, we're going to click on it and hit a move and a move and scale keyframe. All right, and then this piece right here, we're gonna have the bring it over a little bit and click on it again. Now I'm gonna rotate it and then move it off some. So it's gonna break off, and then rotate it again and move it off some more. And just keep doing that. Oops, that resized it, didn't want to do that. Okay. Do it again. Almost gone. Let me do one more and then we'll take it off the edge. Okay, it's gone. All right, and we need to do the same thing with the other pieces. So we'll go to the next one under it and click on it, move and scale, and then pretty much where the other one's at, we're gonna have it rotate this way. Oops, that didn't work. And then have it move off like that. Click on it again, we'll have him come out more. Again. Just like that. All right, so we got both of the pieces going off like that. We'll go to the other one here, maybe the last one. I'll have it go off. All right, now we need to make our eyes go away. So when it breaks up about right there, we're gonna have those eyes kind of disappear. So we'll go up to our eye level, which is right here. We want it to disappear probably right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna edit, split it, and we're going to delete this right side. So it's going to go away as soon as it breaks up. All right, there's the little pieces going out. Now, one more thing I want to do is I'm going to make a new track. So when it starts to blow up right there, I'm going to hit plus mark and then create a new track. So it's going to make an empty track above it. And I want to make some little dots. So I'm going to go into drawing mode. And I think I've got my pencil set to monoline brush. Yep. Let me make this smaller. I'm just going to make some dots. All right, and then I'm going to make some in another color too. So we're going to go and change it to orange maybe. We'll do some yellow and orange. And I don't like that one. Undo that one. Just like that. And then we're going to come over. All right, and you can see our little purple things. That's where our other dots were at. All right, and just going to make a move out from where they were at before. Now, I don't remember where the yellow ones are and where the orange ones were, but it don't really make a difference. Let's change it back to yellow now. It's about like that, and we'll come over again. And what we're doing is we're having them get farther and farther away from the rocket. We do some orange ones. Same thing. Let's do some yellow ones. And let's do some orange ones too. And then maybe around the edges. Do some yellow ones. And then maybe the next one they're going to be gone. All right, so we can see, boom, little pieces going out. Now, when they all disappear, so about right there, I'm going to create a text. And it's going to be on this same layer. It doesn't matter whether it's on a separate layer or the same layer as the rocket or the little dots that were going away, because they're going to be gone anyway. And then right here, the text's going to come in. Actually, we need to move that text over a little bit. So I'm going to hold down on that and slide it over a bit to about right there. All right. Here's where our text comes in. And now we're going to type in 2025, new year. And maybe I don't like that font, so let's pick a font that looks good. Actually, I need to click on it again where it's highlighted. So it works just like Procreate, if you're familiar with Procreate. Let's see which one looks good. Bradley Hand, maybe? Chalk Duster? I like that Chalk Duster. We're going to leave that one. And we're going to make it, let's make it yellow. So about like that. Done. All right. And then we want to animate our 2025. So we're going to do that with the same thing we did for our flames. Move and scale. And then bring it over a bit. And click on it. If we're down here, we don't have to like hit move and scale. And again, all we have to do is click on it. Make sure it turns white. I'm going to make it bigger. Make it smaller. And on and on. And then we're going to let it sit there for a second. And then, let me see where we're at. Let's just go to 9 seconds. And then we will edit, split it, delete that. So it's at 9 seconds right here. So let's go back into Dreams, click on the title there, and let's change our duration to 9 seconds. Done. Done again. So now you can see it's, and that's it. Alright guys, I'm going to leave the final animation at the end of the video, so be sure to check that out. I hope this tutorial has helped you guys out. There's a lot of animation on this one right now. I did a kind of a fast one for Christmas since we were enjoying the holidays with the family. But this one I wanted to give you guys something more, so a lot of animation happening in this one. I hope it's helped you out. Again, if you want the assets, go to the Patreon page. You can download all of those. And with that, thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Share the video with your friends. Hit the like button. It all helps us grow the channel. And I will see you guys next week for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Have a very happy New Year's, and thank you for all your support.